Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy King Bean, and welcome back to another show, another video, and a brand new episode. And I'm bringing you some of that Metal Gear Online play. And I'm just gonna give you some of my quick thoughts on the game. But first of all, let me apologize to everybody. Sorry that I didn't get any videos up last week. Work kind of got in the way of everything. Work 40 plus hours a week, and being a manager, it kind of weighs on you. You get a lot of responsibility, get a little tired, what have you, and also spending some time with friends and family and watching sports this weekend. And speaking of sports, man, I had a terrible, terrible weekend this week watching my favorite teams lose. Man, it first started off with the University of Miami. They lost to Florida State once again for the fifth time, and they lost that 29 to 24. And then also in that same night, my beloved Mets, they lost to the Dodgers 5-2. Chase Utley ended up sliding in the second and breaking Ruben Tejada's leg in the seventh inning, which kind of got the Dodgers going with a 4-run inning. They ended up winning 5-2, as I stated. Then, of course, my beloved Jags, they topped off the trifecta by losing to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 38-31. So it's been a tough sports weekend for me, to say the least. But at least the weather's been good here in Northeast Florida. We haven't had much rain as we've been having, and the weather's kind of cooling off, and we only having highs in the low 80s and lows in the 60s. So it's actually been pretty lovely. We've been thankful for that, and the humidity hasn't been that bad. If you live in Northeast Florida or in Florida, you understand about the humidity and the heat, and it's ridiculous. So anyway, kind of going to get in my thoughts on this Metal Gear Online, and the games, the online stuff is pretty fun. I did play it on launch night, but down there in the bottom corner, down there, if you can see, I'm just going to show you how you can search for matches, and the best matches to get the most players on the field is to go in the search and make sure you select rush and make sure you select turn the password off, because people are going to usually create a room and you'll get the max amount of players that's allowed on the field, which is more players on the field. And then also they cut the maps down to like a quarter of its size, because the maps are too big and it's just too much space, too much empty space when you're playing a quick match. So that's my advice to you if you want to get the best out of this game for the three game types that they do have. So anyway, I was watching Broken Games HD video this week, and he was stating that in his video that the infiltrator class was overpowered. So I was sitting there like, man, he doesn't know what he's talking about. They're not OP. But was I wrong? I was so wrong, because I was playing, everything was going fine until we got into a match with a group that was all infiltrators, and the infiltrators have in their class set they have cloaking, and that cloaking is ridiculous, because most games, if you cloak in a game, that once you shoot, your cloak goes off. Their cloak doesn't go off, and their whole team was virtually invisible. And the guy that I run with, I forget, he's the enforcer. That's the type of dude I was running with, and we had no chance. We had no chance because we had no idea where they were on the map. They spawn trapped us. They pretty much controlled and dominated each match. We played like 3 or 4 matches against those guys, and we couldn't do anything. And they had all the updated equipment where they got the remote Fultons, like where if you're going into a room, if you exit out of a room or an area, that it automatically Fultons you, and so you lose points that way too. So you virtually die that way. So it was not fun. So hopefully Konami will get some feedback on it and kind of change that up. It'll make the game a whole lot better, a whole lot fun. So if you have Metal Gear and you haven't played the online yet, if you're used to the controls, it's pretty much the same controls that's in the game, same in the regular game. So it didn't be that hard to familiarize yourself with it. But like I said, it's still fun. It's fun when you go into a room where there's a lot of people there. So basically, my synopsis on this game: it's not going to replace Call of Duty. It's not going to replace Halo. It's not going to replace Destiny or Battlefield or Battlefront or any one of those AAA games. It's just something that's different, and I think that you'll like it. If you like Metal Gear, you'll like playing it. Now, the other thing what I wanted to get into today, and I know it's kind of off topic from the Metal Gear stuff, but it kind of raised its head again while I was at work this week. And I did do a video on it before about ownership. And I swear, man, I'll be at work and I'm so sick and tired of working for somebody else. That's why I want my own business. Get into ownership, especially if you're a young person and you are watching this video. Listen to what I'm saying. I know I sound like an old fogey when I say this. get into ownership. Get to own your own businesses, because it's better to own your own business than to work for somebody else. Not saying you can't make money or make a living for working for somebody else and make a really good living. I'm not saying that. If you're gonna, don't just screw around. If you're gonna go to high school, if you don't want to go to college, get into some kind of entrepreneurship, because when you're working and you got to do what what your bosses have to tell you to do, and you know it doesn't make any sense, it's not even practical to pull it off, but you have to do it. If you don't do it, then your job's in jeopardy, and then your life just going to be stressful, because if you're like me, you want to do well at your job, and you have to listen to what they say. And sometimes, again, like I said, it's not practical. It's not even feasible to get it done that way. You know a better way of getting it done, but you can't implement it, because they're not listening, or they listening to somebody above them. They don't care as long as they get the results, right? So the one thing, again, with a job, man, that means that it's good to work. I say every man should work. Like I said, I'm gonna say it again, every man should work, but figure out how you work. Is like my stepfather used to tell me, it's better to work with your mind than it is with your body, for the most part. So figure out a way to get your own business, to that way you don't have to worry about depending on the government. You can sit around and make money. Not saying everybody's going to be millionaires or billionaires, but there's a lot of people who never completed college or never completed high school have made millions and billions of dollars throughout this whole economy in the world. So you can do it. You can do it. I'm starting off late again, but you can do it. I'm going to do it. So there's something to think about, man. Like I said, especially with the young people, get out there and make your money. Get out there and provide for your family, and get out there and own your own stuff. Because my grandmother used to say, man, she used to say this all the time, when your head's in the lion's mouth, you got to pat him on the head. So that's what I'm doing right now at my job. I'm patting that lion on the head till I'm able to get out of there. So let's just give you something else to think about other than just playing video games. So I hope that you enjoyed the video. I hope that you take to heart for what I just said in this last few minutes of the video. I hope I didn't offend you by this video, but just give you something to think about, man. Get some books, read some books, do something else. All right, this your boy King Bean. Thanks for watching. I'll holler at you dudes later. One love. Peace.